Now, if you are doing your reading with the same old methods and with the same old materials and with some traps which are laid for you, you will be stuck. You need to know how the exam, especially the reading, is formulated. What do the Cambridge who designs these tests have them in your mind? So I am going to tell you about 7 such traps that are keeping you away from flying to your destination or achieving your desired band score. I can assure you, as an IELTS examiner, by the end of this video, if you implement all these tricks and tips, you are surely going to get a 7 plus in your reading. So be throughout the video and note down those traps. I'm going to disclose you here how you can get this 9 bands in your reading. That is a blueprint for that, because there's a hidden logic and there are traps in the modern English test, that is 2026. Okay, for that matter, you should be careful how you are doing it. Otherwise, you will be stuck in that 5 or 6. Let's see. Now you require to master the test mechanics, how it is being framed, and not just your English language. So many of you who came to me as students, you had proficiency in your vocabulary, in your grammar, yeah, and even you could comprehend. But the test mechanism is different. There are traps, there is some logic in the question, and also there is some logic in time allocation. I will tell you 7 tricks that you must follow. Now, you are losing because band 8 requires understanding how the test is built. In fact, it is a logical puzzle, I must tell you. So, how to solve this puzzle? Now, the reading spectrum, especially related to depth. Understand, in passage 1, what will happen? See, there will be a direct contradiction. Now, the prompt here means the question. Other parrots share the cuckoo's inability to fly. But here in the text, that is in the passage, it is given it is the world's only flightless parrot. Flightless. Okay. So here it is other. So immediately you can write it false, and this will be in the passage 1. But what will happen in passage 3? There will be a trap. Now, this is level 2, I call. You need deep reading. So the prompt is the phones, that is the question here. Phones have greater impact on stress than other devices. So there's a comparison here. But in the text you find repeatedly checking your phone is related to stress. So it requires reading the whole paragraph because we are not getting the comparison. Just understand. Locating the paragraph is only one step. Okay, now in section 3, you require reading entire paragraphs carefully and distinguish between the stated claims and the absent parameters. I'll explain you how we are going to do this. Now, the modern reading passages, they abandon strict linear order in favor of overlapping answer zones. I'll tell you what does it mean. Suppose I've taken here the example of book 16. If there are 2 set of questions, like one is the fill-ups, the other is the true false. So always you would find in the old tests, the question set 1 here and the question set 2 here. They are linear. So after question 1 set, you get the question set 2. But here I have taken the example of 20, the test 1 especially. The question set 1 will be there, but there could not be any questions, and in question 2, set 2, you may have to go before the question set 1. So set 1 will have some of the questions answered here. There will be paragraphs where there you will not be any question, and set 2 will have questions here, and the set 2 will have questions here. So there is no linear, okay, there is no linear pattern. You will have to go back to the paragraphs you have already read. So be careful, you do not abandon the earlier paragraphs. That is what I'm telling you. Reading is no longer strictly predict. That is why you're getting low bands. Most of you cannot assume that set 2 answers only exist below the set 1 answers. That is why most of you are not getting your required band score. For not given, now this you get very confused. Let's see. This is the third. Not given simply means missing the parameters and not missing topic. Be careful about this. missing parameters and not the missing topic. I'll tell you. Is first you will question yourself, is the core topic mentioned in the text? If it is no, then you will write not given. But you say it is mentioned, then you will go down. Does the passage make the exact comparison or claim, whatever claim it is, as in the question? And if it is yes, either you will write true or yes. I mean, for true, false, and yes, no, it is the same no. And if it is a direct contradiction, okay, then you will write false or no, depending on the question. Now, if there are missing of the exact parameters, that is a specific modifying parameter is missing, then like here it was greater impact. Let me tell you, here it will be not given. Now let's go to the example which I had given earlier. Now the question is that the phones have a greater impact on stress than other media, and checking phones is related to stress. So is it given? The topic is present but the comparison is absent. Okay, so here they are saying other media and here is related and the comparison is absent, therefore it is not given. Please be careful like this. Then there are two type of keyword matches. When you are relying strictly on the exact keyword match and you do not know the difference between the dynamic paraphrase concept. See, what are static identifiers? These are location keywords. You can locate in the passage through these, cannot change. But then they are dynamic concepts. I'll tell you what is the difference. So you will scan for visual matches, and what are those which cannot change are names, dates, places, and specific nouns like Elliot, Polynesian settlers, feral cats, okay, and the time, even the dates here, okay. So these things will not change and you can locate in the passage where you will find the answer. Once you come here, then you will have to do this, the dynamic concepts. You will hunt for the meaning and you will ignore the exact vocabulary because that is going to be a trap. And what sort of meanings you have to be searching for? Verbs, adjectives, and broad ideas. Suppose there is some negative information given in the text, and here in the question it will be given bad news, and here it is given inability to fly, and in the question it will be flightless. Danger in the passage, threat in the question. So these are all paraphrased. This is dynamic. This is dynamic. Why? Because it will change. And what will change? The verbs, the adjectives, and the broader ideas, they will change, but not these are the location keywords. Understand? And this will save you time. So a narrow keyword strategy is a trap. Identifying whether the keyword is static or dynamic, you can, based on that, you will scan. So understand that. Now, you are confusing between match. There's a trap here. Matching the headings and match the information. They are different and you do the same way. So what is the difference? Let me do the matching headings first. So here you will target the main idea. Now the entire paragraph's overall meaning is essential. But what is the trap they set? They will choose an example and describe a single detail in the text designed to trick you away from the main idea. So there will be some example, some detail which will be described in 3, 4, 5 lines, and you will think that is the main idea. So please understand, you have to understand the overall meaning. Clear? Now in this information, which is a trap, you have to find a specific detail. It could be just a single line in the paragraph. Suppose that's a single line here. So the trap is that you need to understand the whole paragraph rather than just locating the distinct fact. So special detail, you have to be very careful. Now that could be an example. See, it is the opposite. Both are opposites. So these are the trap that is there. For both tasks, you have to start with the passage. Read the section, that is one paragraph A, and then you have to match. Here you will eliminate which does not match, either in information or in heading. Then read the section B or the B paragraph and match. Loop back for unmatched sections. So whatever you are able to match, you will cancel them and then only look for the unmatched ones. I hope you have understood. Now matching the sentence, which is very common, endings, they follow a predictable chronological order. I mean, they will come in order. Okay. So how you will do it? So starting with the paragraph for sentence endings is inefficient. So it is in order. So you have to anchor it. Okay. So how do you do that? Start with the questions first and not the passage. Suppose it is question 31, 32, or 33. Read the sentence beginnings. Locate the specific ideas in the passage. So you will read all these questions and try to locate. Choose the ending that fits both, remember this, meaning and grammar. So if the grammar is not there, you feel that is not correct grammar, then it is not the correct answer. And of course, meaning is very important. But you will start with the questions here. It is not that you will read the paragraphs and then you will waste your time. Now, another trap is that you are always told that 60-minute split is a fatal error for managing the difficulty of the, because it escalates, it increases. So 20 minutes thing is a trap. For the first passage, I suggest you 15 minutes. For the passage 2, I suggest 20 minutes. And for the passage 3, 25 minutes. Because you have to maintain the accuracy, but you have to move briskly or fast. It is the easiest section. Then it is moderate. Therefore, there should be standard spacing. Okay. And this is 25 and it is the most demanding. So deep reading is required. And those who want 8 plus, stronger students who aim to finish with few minutes spare to check the answers. So if you are aiming for 8 plus, please you should finish a few minutes before and check your answers. Okay. Now, not all practice, this is another trap, reflect the structured realities of the model exam papers. And of course, the latest official books are there, and the older books, they are 20 to 80% accurate. But I want that you should not go on any unofficial platforms where there could be errors, simple patterns, or it is flawed. You can also buy my real exam passages for practice also. And there you should compare how you are doing. Now, it is quality over quantity. To master the exam, you should train in an environment that is perfectly mirrors the real test. Accept no substitutes, please. So recent official papers are available with me. They are there. You can buy them. And my number is 917 You can buy the official papers from me. Okay. So what is the dashboard for that 9 band? One is the navigation dynamics. So there is going to be overlapping. Okay. So do not rely on the linear progression. Then surface scanning in the part 1, that is section 1, but deep reading in section 3. Now, the analysis. Run the not given parameter check. If there is missing, then give it a not given. I've already told you. Hunt for paraphrased meanings in the verbs, adjectives, and not the exact word matches. Ignore the detailed traps in the headings and isolate the specific lines in that information question. So your time should be 15, 20, and 25. And please use official Cambridge or real exam questions that are available with me. You can really get good band score. So success in the IELTS reading is not an accident of language. It is the result of systematic execution. If you want any paid assistance, you can contact me at 917 Thank you and all the best.